What is the difference between a revocable trust and irrevocable trust? Well, let's break this apart. A trust is essentially a fictional legal entity that is operated by somebody for the benefit of somebody. It's not registered like an LLC or a corporation, but it is an entity under the law. And there are certain rules, and somebody's appointed as the manager. We call him a trustee. And somebody gets the benefit of the trust. We call him beneficiary. So what is a revocable trust? That's a trust that can be set up by someone. We call them the grantor. And it can be changed by that same person. So for example, if I set up a trust and it says, I have the right to change it at any time, and it's written right in there, that's what's called revocable. I can change it, I can revoke it, I can do whatever I want. Irrevocable means you can't change it. So if I set up an irrevocable trust, that means once it's there, I can't change it. It's stuck for life. Most people, for estate planning purposes, set up a revocable trust because they want the right to change it over time. As they get older and as their circumstances change or as their relationships change, they might want to change who's managing the trust and what happens with their assets in the trust. But there are definitely circumstances where it makes sense to have an irrevocable trust. That's, for example, where the law requires it. Another example is where you want to protect whatever assets are in there, that even somebody who steps into your own shoes could not change the trust because you don't have the authority to change the trust, so somebody in your own shoes can't change the trust. Irrevocable trusts are often used to protect assets from future creditors who might sue you, and they might be able to take everything you own, but they can't take what you put in an irrevocable trust. So what's the difference between revocable trust and irrevocable trust? A revocable trust can be changed by you, usually at any time, and it can be wiped out. An irrevocable trust cannot be changed by you, which means once you put it in place, it's locked in, it's permanent. All right, that does it for today. I'd love to know if you find this helpful. And by the way, if you have other questions, feel free to add them in the comments section below. We will grab those and use those for future live sessions. You can also submit questions by email or using the form in the description below. I'm Aaron Hall, an attorney for business owners and entrepreneurial companies. This has been an educational broadcast. As always, all these issues I encourage you to use as topics to discuss with your attorney, not as a replacement for an attorney. This is educational information to empower you to avoid problems, establish a great company, and hopefully have a better life. You can find out more about me at aaronhall.com.